I was going to make this video after Alexander Povetkin was caught by Evander testing positive for meldonium, but I thought it was a bit controversial at the time to make this video, but I've had a lot of hate from the last two videos, so I just decided to make it a hat trick and get it all over and done with. Now, but heavyweights that have recently tested positive are Alexander Povetkin, Luis Ortiz twice, Lucas Browne, Erkan Teper, and Antonio Tarver. So I just thought I'd make a list, and people are giving Russians a lot of hate right now because meldonium's just been banned and a lot of their athletes are testing positive for it. And they're kind of acting like their athletes and their boxers are squeaky clean, and that's far from the case. That's why I decided to do this list. And these boxers come from all over the world. I've tried to include just heavyweights, but I've added a two non-heavyweights just because they're high-profile boxers as well. So it's mainly high-profile boxers I'm going to be discussing. If anyone's left out of this list, just leave their name below and like a source to something showing that they did test positive for a banned substance previously, and I'll maybe include them in a future list. So I'll start off with Shannon Briggs. He tested positive for a banned substance after fighting Marcus McGee. The fight was changed to a no contest, and Briggs was suspended for only 90 days. He declined to say what the substance was. He claims it was for asthma, but if you're declining to say what the substance was, then, well, it puts it in doubt a bit. After Roy Jones Jr. defeated Richard Halls in 2000, he tested positive for androtendodone, hard to pronounce. So did Richard Hall, though. That's probably why it wasn't changed to a no contest. Francis Botha was stripped of the IBF title in 1996 after testing positive for the steroid nandrolone. Tony Thompson failed a drug test for a steroid masking agent after beating David Price in 2015. James Toney tested positive for nandrolone after winning the WBA title from John Ruiz. Evander Holyfield, federal documents reveal Holyfield received packages containing human growth hormone in 2004. Vitali Klitschko was thrown off the Olympic team in 1996 after testing positive for a banned substance. Vitali admitted in his autobiography he used steroids to deal with a leg injury. Tommy Morrison, in reality, the only thing he ever failed was a HIV test, but in 2006, Morrison claimed his 1996 HIV test was a false positive caused by taking steroids. He also admitted to using steroids since high school. It is also worth noting the size of his ripped stomach in his last few fights is a massive red flag for human growth hormone usage. There's also a top 100 heavyweight right now that has signs of HGH usage. Try and be vague about that. Muhammad Ali, everyone knows that he used steroid medicine during the Larry Holmes fight. But after the Larry Holmes fight, tests administered by the UCLA also revealed the presence of benzodrine in Ali's system. This is from one of Ali's autobiographies, by the way. Benzodrine is a stimulant that makes you more confident and gives you more energy. Mike Tyson failed a few drug tests, but just for recreational drugs. But he also admitted to trying to pass drug tests by using a fake penis. So while he did not test positive for steroids, that does make him suspect, doesn't it? Especially since he's also been quoted in some interviews saying that he would actually try and get an advantage in any way possible, so that makes it even more suspect. Dillian Whyte tested positive for a stimulant in 2013. Maybe he shouldn't be on this list because he's not that high a profile, but he is really popular in the UK, so I'm putting him on that list as well. Floyd Mayweather was caught by VADA before the Manny Pacquiao fight trying to use a masking agent. And there's another thing that's worth noting during this, I thought as well, I just realised, is George Foreman only lost to boxers that had failed some sort of test during their careers. Or, yeah, Evander Holyfield, Muhammad Ali, Shannon Briggs, Tommy Morrison as well. Just something worth thinking about. The only thing George Foreman ever tested positive for was probably McDonald's or Burger King. So it's worth noting his achievement there.